Alright everybody, welcome back to another turn of Operation Red Scarlet. We'll be recording the British Commonwealth and French turn for our ally Nexel. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. I believe we have no housekeeping to address. We'll start with the British Commonwealth tech roll and diplomacy. We're going to be rolling for diplomacy. We'll be rolling for Iraq and for Argentina. Just use these die for now. Iraq misses, Argentina also misses. For the tech, we're rolling for amphibious doctrine and improved construction, both of which hit on a 7 or higher. Amphib hits and construction misses. Okay, over to our purchases. We have 23 to spend with GB. We're going to be spending 6 on a medium armor, 8 on 2 colonials, 2 militia for 4, and then starting a fortification for 5, for the total of 23. For FEC, we have 16. We're going to be buying 4 militia and 2 colonials. Whatever, good enough. Also clearing the bank, and for Anzac, we're going to be buying a militia and a militia upgrade, and then another militia, and then lend-leasing an infantry with our factory. That leaves us with 1 left. Alright, over to our combats. We do only have a few to declare. From Gibraltar, we have a seaplane mapping into M4, attempting to kill the German U-boat. And from A44, we have a heavy cruiser going on escort duty. I think that's all of our combats, actually. So let's go ahead and roll them out. We just have to roll for the seaplane in M4, which hits on a 5 or less. That's a miss. And then we can move on to the non-combat movement phase. Seaplane will land back in Gibraltar. And we do have a lot more. From Cape Town, we have an infantry railing to Rhodesia, an infantry walking from South Africa to Rhodesia. All 3 colonial infantry are marching from Rhodesia to Congo. We've got a fighter flying to Congo from South Africa. We've got a fighter flying from Congo to Lower Egypt. We've got an Iranian infantry marching from Azerbaijan to southern Iran. We've got a seaplane flying from British Guyana to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Labrador. No movement there. Few movements here. That's French. The FEC Coastal Sub in P41 is moving to P42. And that's all for the British movements. With that, we should be able to place our buys and collect our income. We'll start with the recruit roll for Iran, which hits on a 3 or less. That's a miss. We've got a militia and a militia upgrade, both being in Sydney. and the militia is being built in New Guinea. For FEC, we've got 3 militia for Calcutta, 2 colonials for Malaya, and we had 1 militia left. There it is. Hold on a second, let me check the messages. I don't recall where he said it goes. My apologies for the delay. Southern India. And for GB, this comes from Anzac, this infantry. Gonna start in Sydney, go to New Zealand, go to Argentina, which we have on stage 1 of diplomacy. 1, 2, 3, 4. From there, it'll go to Gibraltar. The Japanese submarine is choosing not to interdict. Goes up to Canada. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then from Canada to England. From England to the North Sea. It is going to pass a interdicting German coastal submarine that we'll need to roll for. Let's just find a die. There we go. We'll be hitting on a 2 or less. That's a miss. 1, 2, 3. The infantry lands in Leningrad. Alright, for the GB, we're going to be starting a fort in Suez. On the border with Western Egypt. We've got a colonial in Lower Egypt and a colonial in Rhodesia, a militia in Nubia, a medium armor into Cape Town. We're going to get our supply from England to Canada to Gibraltar, where the Japanese are once again not interdicting, and then to Cameroon, and then via the river and rail network to Cape Town. And then we have 1 militia going in London. And with that, the British can collect incomes. They have 27 plus 2 for Iran, bringing them to 29. Plus 3 for Suez that I've neglected, bringing them to 32. FEC has 14 plus 2, I think. I'll check that. Japan's not at war. Yeah, okay. This FEC's at 16. Anzac also gets their bonus. So they have 7 plus 2 is 9, bringing them back to 10. With that, we should be able to move over to the Free French turn. I haven't received very much input from him on this one, but I'm going to go ahead and spend all that on infantry before it gets deleted by the Japanese. Wait, I don't have the ability to make infantry, do I, without a factory? No. So we'll buy at least a foreign legion for our home country, and we'll also do a foreign legion in Syria. Wait, that's Vichy. France. We'll do it in Cameroon. That'll leave just one IPP saved. We do have a combat movement from Belgian Congo. We're going to be taking Tanganyika back. And that's it. For non-combat movements, we want to move this submarine from P50 into I7. Okay, and then they'll place their Foreign Legion, one in Cameroon, not Cameroon, yes, Cameroon, but the other in Cochin, China. I don't know why this has this tag here. Alright, and with that, the French should collect 3, bringing them to 4. And they end their turn. I do believe with that we have everything in place to pass things back along to our Italian player, Adolf. So we'll leave things there and say best of luck on your next rolls.